Hey everyone, welcome to this video series that I'm starting named A Journey Within. In this series, I'm going to talk about my spiritual journey, and the first episode is introduction, so I'm going to talk about where I am and how I got there, the books that I read, and all that stuff. And in the further episodes, I'm going to discuss some amazing concepts that I read. And just a disclaimer, this whole series is going to be unscripted, so I might say some unnecessary things, and I might take long pauses, and the video might like this. So let's start from the beginning. It was about 2 years ago. My interest newly shifted from all the business stuff to the science stuff, and I was reading a book on neuroscience. I was also reading some of Stephen Hawking's books, and also following science pages on Instagram. So in that neuroscience book, I read a lot about monks. They were discussed much in the book because their brain waves, when they meditate, they emit gamma waves, high levels of gamma waves, which is a very good sign, and we normal human beings can't do that. Having high gamma waves is a sign of happiness and fulfillment. I read about monks and then just moved on, and then about a year ago, after a year of that time, I bought this book, The Power of Now, of Eckhart Tolle, and I read it. I loved the concepts. What I usually do is whenever I read anything new, I just run to my family, to my parents, and I start to explain it to them, whether they like it or not. I don't care if they're getting bored, but I have to tell them. That's how I get that thing into my head, by teaching it. So I ran to my parents, and then I tried to explain, and I can't tell anything. And I said, okay, hold on a minute, I'm gonna go back. And I read the same thing again, and I realized that I actually didn't understand it. And the more I tried to read it, my brain started, I tried stressing out. So since I had no consistency, I just put the book in the shelf and moved on. And in about that time, a friend of mine asked me for a book, because in my high school, my friends kind of knew that I used to read a lot of books. So he asked for a book named The 40 Rules of Love, and he asked if I have read it or I have it so he can borrow. And The 40 Rules of Love, the title, I don't read these kind of books. I thought it was a novel and love novel kind of thing. And he said no, it's about Sufis. I didn't know what Sufis were, and I said, yeah, whatever. And just, I said, yeah, okay, I'll, look for it, and forgot about it. After that, time passed by, and the quarantine started, and I wasted the first 2 months. And then I, came to know about Jay Shetty. He was a former monk, and then he wrote a book about it, which is this one, Think Like a Monk. And I started reading it. It became my favorite book. But then I think he said something about he actually shared a Muslim concept, and I'm a Muslim, and I never heard that before, and I was amazed that who said that thing. And then I looked for it, and it was a Sufi. So I thought I should read Sufis too, because I liked that concept. I don't remember what it was. It was in a podcast actually, so I don't remember. So I started searching for books related to Sufis, and I found, in that list I saw the 40 Rules of Love. And it caught my eye because I had heard about it before from my friend at the high school. But it was a novel, and I had never read a novel before. I thought it was, kind of like time wasting thing. So I didn't trust the book. So I went to didn't trust the book. I mean, if it was gonna waste my time. So I went to YouTube and watched some reviews, and when they started listing the 40 rules of the religion of love that is in the book, which Shams of Tabriz says, it was amazing. I heard 2 rules, and then I bought the book. I started reading. My daily reading time was 35 minutes, and from 35 minutes it got to 4 hours. I know all of it because I record everything in my time logger. I made a video about it too. So if it got from 35 minutes to 4 hours, that was a huge difference. And it went 4 hours to 5 hours every day till 6 days, I think, and I finished the book in 6 days or a week. Yeah. So I'm a slow reader, so what I was doing is, then I made this little kind of diary journal, and I started whichever concept I liked, I wrote in this, because when I read something, I try to accept and completely understand all of the concepts. So when you read, you just read through those messages. So I started writing them in this, and then I would go to a park afterwards, or just open this and read just those quotes and those concepts and think about it and try to get it into my mindset. I just kept reading it again and again, and I completely understood it. And in about 6 days and a week, I finished the book, and I didn't know what to do. I knew that no other book was gonna be this good, and I just didn't know what to do. My whole routine and all the values and everything was just messed up. And I spent the 2-3 days sitting there, and then I realized, it took me 3 days to realize that, why don't I read a book of Rumi, the one whose story that is. Why don't I read the book of Rumi? Yeah, I know, it was a simple thing to realize, but it took me 3 days. So I ordered a book of Rumi, and when it was coming and when it was on its way, I started reading this again. The Power of Now. And it was magical, because I wasn't understanding it before, but now I have a completely different understanding of this book. It was amazing to see that shift in my perspective. What I found the most amazing is that, religion doesn't matter. That's what Shams have said a couple of times in the book, and Rumi have said many times. And I also realized that reading Eckhart Tolle and then reading Rumi, who's a Muslim, and then reading about monks, they all kind of line up, they all kind of connect to the same concepts. And this is what the whole series is going to be about. All of these concepts and their similarities, and the same things that they talked about. And also, when I was reading the 40 rules of love, I started meditating, and I had probably the most powerful moment of my entire life in that meditation. I guess it's because I once had Sadhguru say that meditation is I don't remember the exact thing, but it was something like, you need the whole mindset for your meditation to work. You need to believe in your meditation. And now I'm kind of fulfilled and happy. I don't get stressed now. I don't get regrets. I don't, I'm kind of free of all the negativity. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about all of those concepts that amazed me, and the concept I'm reading currently, and all the similarities between these amazing people of all religions, the monks, the Sufis, and just so you know, the weekly videos that I make are still gonna be coming in. So if you're not interested in the series, you just don't watch it. Actually, I would recommend giving it one chance, and watching one video and hearing one or two concepts.